My name is Gerhard. I'm the drummer from Einherjer, and you're listening to a Brutally Delicious podcast. Oh, that's not the same. There we go.
Hey!
Should I tilt it to the other way?
If you want to, it would look better. Sure.
There we go. I
How
see
are you,
myself,
my friend?
but okay. Great.
Been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's nice to see you guys again.
I was looking through some pictures I have from the years of 70,000 tons, and we're always hanging in that little bar right by the main desk.
Oh yeah. Always. I miss that place.
Is that the Ship and Anchor? Is that what that bar is called?
I think so, and you guys are always in that one corner. Every cruise I've been on, you guys are always sitting in that one corner.
It's our bar. Yeah, even Axel, he actually knew the bartender, you know.
Do you still
From
keep in
being there
contact
so
with
much.
him?
Axel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite often, actually. Yeah, we all live around here, so I see him from time to time.
Oh, that's good.
So it's not like he's out of the band, he's out of our lives.
Right. No, I get that.
Not gonna, yeah.
Well, cool. Thank you for joining us. I'll jump in on the first one here. What's been the response to North Star, which I guess came out in February, right?
Yeah. Well, it's been really great, actually. I mean, I think it was a great opportunity for us during the pandemic to actually do this. You know, at least we did something, you know.
Right.
Instead of playing live, we managed to release an album. And during the pandemic, I think we had extra time to perfect it. You know what I mean? So, and it's also everything is done locally. It's like
Right.
homegrown from start to finish, and that's really something I think is really cool. You know.
Well, I was reading the bio, and it looks like you guys recorded it in your singer Frode's house, right?
That's right. He has his own studio at his home, so we used that a couple of times now, and it's very convenient for us. It's I don't think we could record anything any other way right now, as long as we all have jobs and families and stuff like that. We can't, you know, blow the vacation
Right.
to record somewhere else for like a month or something like that. It's very difficult, so it's very practical to do it at home.
Well,
And then we
So
can
what is
do
it
it.
that
You know.
you do? What is it that you do as a day job then?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, we have different jobs, but I work at the big shop, you know, that sells stuff. What do you call it? Wholesale infrastructure stuff for electricians, industry, offshore stuff like that.
Were
So
you
I've
able to
been,
work during the pandemic, or was you were closed?
Yes, apparently I'm super important. So yeah, I worked all the time. So we needed to keep open.
Right.
But it was, you know, it was a strange, at least in the beginning of the pandemic, there was like no people on the roads, no customers, stuff like that. So, but we had to keep open in any regard.
Gotcha.
So, are you guys doing any festivals this summer?
Yeah, a few. Most of them are actually stuff that was booked in 2020, you know.
Yeah.
So we don't have anything new. We already been. We earlier this year, we had a little run through Norway, like the bigger cities here. Just a small tour, and a few weeks back we were in France for Hellfest, which was
Right, I saw that.
insane. Yeah.
That
So that was
looked
awesome.
like people were waiting their whole entire life. I saw some of the
Yeah,
videos,
yeah.
and Hellfest looked like everyone there was like, we'd never seen anything like this before, and we're letting it all roll.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. You know, no matter where you went, it was packed. You know, it's like
It also looked
all
like
over
there
the
was
place.
a lot of nudity.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw nudity, definitely.
I saw nudity.
Yeah, I did
Chris, stop being
Like-
such a prude.
firsthand.
What?
Yeah, but you know,
Oh,
nudity. There was
yeah.
like 40 degrees, so I don't blame them.
Wait a
Yeah.
second. What's 40 degrees? 40 degrees is cold.
It's
in
hot as
real
shit.
temp.
It's like 101 Fahrenheit.
Oh, Celsius.
Yeah,
40
Celsius
degrees
is all
Celsius.
kinds of wrong.
No, Bruce, got it.
Well, 40 Celsius is all kinds of wrong.
I guess when you're up on stage, right, that's got to suck.
Well, actually, that was the best place because we had huge fans.
Could you imagine being the dude that's like in the front in 101 degrees or whatever, 40
Yeah.
degrees,
I
and
can't
all those
imagine.
people pushed against you all day long?
Yeah, that must have been a nightmare. We played in a tent, so it was actually maybe the best place to be
Yeah.
at the time. But still, it was
What was the energy like?
surprisingly good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good. So we got a great response from the audience, and and also we managed to see some of the other bands later that day. We played early,
Right.
and I can't understand how people kept up with all this. Hours and hours. It was insane.
All right, so I got a question, and it really has nothing to do with the band, but that guy that's sitting in the front row with all those people pushing, and he's been there all day. Where does he go when he's got to take a leak?
I have no idea. Maybe right where he stands.
I mean, do you just? I'm just curious because like I'm just peeing on the guy next to me. Where does that go?
Well, if it's smart,
Right.
he brought a bottle for that purpose. If
Well,
he's
you know
gonna
what
be there
though?
all
Here's what I'll
day,
say. If it's 40 degrees
ahead.
Celsius, he probably doesn't have to pee because he's just sweating
True.
it all out.
Yeah, but
True.
they're drinking extra much, so
Yeah.
And
I
if he's
don't know.
drinking
Sorry.
beer, that's a dehydrant, so he's gonna pee more and just be more dehydrated. I'm worried for that guy now. The mom in me is like,
now I got
things to
worried.
say now to this imaginary guy.
Yeah, well, I don't know where. I've seen the meme. You see that huge crowd with like tens of thousands of people, and this talking bubble. I need to pee.
Yeah.
But you're never going to
That's the
get your
problem.
spot back, so you got to stay, right? Because you've waited all night.
Yeah, probably. It depends on how pointy elbows you have.
Yeah.
Right. To get on through.
Yeah.
So what was it like? Because you guys, you said you all have day jobs, but you would always do like an album tour. So what was it like when suddenly you just had to make an album and there was no rush to tour?
It was strange. I mean, I think it's the same for all bands. Like this 2 years have just been some kind of twilight zone, someplace you go, or purgatory, someplace you go and wait for 2 years until you get someplace better,
Yeah.
So it was a bit strange, but it's not completely correct that we have tours all the time, because it's a long time since we've been on an actual European tour. But a lot of festivals and like promotion for the album and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a bit. I don't know if you use this over there, but amputated the whole thing. You release an album and you're really happy with it, and then blah,
Yeah.
you can't do anything about it. So yeah, and you have to wait 2 years. So the festivals we're doing now is sort of the promotion for the album,
Right.
Nice.
Did you get any cancellations on the gigs that you had booked at the pandemic times? Because shit got really backed up.
Maybe a couple, but I think most of the stuff.
The festivals being canceled.
Excuse me, I didn't hear the last bit.
No worries, babe. It was nothing.
Her internet cut out. She was like, "Did you fill in any cancellations or did cancel?"
We didn't get many cancellations, really. We have mostly the stuff that it's a couple of small festivals that went out the window, but most of the stuff we still have. So that's cool. And it's cool that most festivals try to maintain the same lineup as originally planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just can't even imagine being a festival organizer during this time. Like,
No.
holy crap.
Must been a nightmare.
A total nightmare.
Yeah. So,
What
yeah.
are you guys working on new material since you had all this time? Did you guys have enough material for another record already, or how does that work out?
No, not really. It's like when we cook food, we only cook just enough for that meal. And the same with music, we
Right.
create exactly enough for that album. And if one song doesn't turn out the way we want it to be, then it's one album short or one song short on that album. We don't really make a lot of stuff extra for.
Okay.
We don't have 15 songs and we choose the 10 best, because it's like we're a little bit like completionists.
Mhm.
So if we sit there then with 5 songs extra, we don't know what to do with them, and we don't want to throw them away, but we're already tired of them for the next album.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we just make
Just
exactly what we need. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So definitely not like Red Hot Chili Peppers, who will make 60 songs and then make a double or triple album that makes you wonder, what was the crap like that you left out? Because they
Exactly.
always say that
Yeah.
we made this huge catalog of stuff and then took out the 2 or 3 albums best of it. And it was like, what? You barely have an EP here.
Yeah. And it's also what kind of threshold do you have? What is acceptable? I mean, when you create a song, it's like, okay, this song is perfect, and you have like 30 other songs, which is it's good enough. That's not good enough for us. That it's it must fit in perfectly, in the album. So
Do you find it difficult knowing when to say a song is done or when to walk away and put it away, or are you always saying, I want to add something else or I want to do something else?
It's a bit difficult. I mean, it's finished when the album or the album is out, or the
Or the
files and
deadline.
the mix has been sent to mixing or mastering or whatever.
Right.
Then it's finished. So that's the positive stuff about having a studio here at home, that we can, the day before we send it away, we can still change stuff and do whatever we want, and we can sort of really push the limits a little bit, the time limits.
Mm-hmm.
Usually we have a deadline, but day or two, and it doesn't matter. So
Right.
we can change something last minute if we want to, and that's great.
All right.
Yeah.
Chris?
I actually have one question.
Yeah.
You guys are a fairly popular metal act, right? Like when you play metal festivals, people sing along, they know your tracks, they know you. It's like, it's fun.
Yeah.
What's it like when you're like, say you play Hellfest, or you play the pool deck stage on 70,000 Tons of Metal, and then you go back to work? How do you reconcile those two things in your head? That's just a question I've always wanted to know. Because a lot of people think, musicians play huge stages, they're set up for life, but they're actually just working class people.
Yeah, I mean, they're not set up for life, I can assure you that. But you get that, what do you call it again? Post-festival trauma.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so when you get back from like the cruise, for example, you've been there 5 days, it's just like beer and heavy metal and great people for 5 days. And then you come back, it takes some adjustment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very strange, because many normal people also have the same question, that they have, it's not rooted in reality what they think we actually make on concerts and stuff like that. They think, well, why are we working here?
Right.
Play for like 50,000 people at Hellfest, stuff like that.
Right, and then you're in the warehouse on Monday morning.
Exactly. So they think, even though we play at the festival with 50,000 people, it's like we're the headliner. We're not Iron Maiden. So
And does it ever freak your coworkers out when you're like, look at me, I'm wasted on stage right here, and you're like up there, and you're like the crowds in the background
Well,
losing their mind.
My co-workers are used to me, so they don't get surprised by that stuff. But many people are actually. But I think it's great. You know what the? Well, I'm was about to swear, but
You can
That's
swear.
okay. You can.
yeah. What the hell? Okay. On the stage with tens of thousands of people, and then I come back on Monday to work. You know,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
that's weird.
Yeah.
All around, I think that's got to be weird.
Well, I just think
Yeah.
it's something that the veil needs to be pulled back on a little bit, so people understand that musicians are working class people as well. Like they're blue collar workers. Like if you're in a metal band and you want to make a living from metal, you have to be on the road, at least 250 days a year.
Exactly, and it's not enough the way we are doing it. We just use the vacations, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that's not enough at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but I it's a hobby, I guess. That's
Yeah.
what it turned out, and
But
we
I
enjoy
hate
it. I mean,
that,
I can.
like, it's more than a hobby. It's a way of life. Because like a hobby is something you go do when you have nothing better to do. Like I'll just fool around with my stamps or whatever, or like make this wooden whatever. That's a
Yeah.
hobby. But this takes like much more commitment. Like I also have a band, and when we had something going on back in the day and did like a lot of gigs, at least I had a really true metal job to go back to because I was working in a funeral office. So that's
really?
where I would go. That's where I would go back to on Monday. But still, I want to go back to the whole, like, it's more than a hobby. It's not just a hobby. And this is the like reality of it. It is your job. It is your identity. And then your money just comes from elsewhere,
Exactly. I mean, yeah, it was a wrong choice of words. It's not just a hobby. I agree. It's we wouldn't travel, to China to play 45 minutes if it was just a hobby.
Right.
It's a lot more than that. But it's a passion. It's lifestyle. So we've been doing this for like, I don't know, since '93. So it's a long time, almost 30 years. So. You don't collect stamps for that's as you said, that's a hobby. I have a lot of stamps, by the way.
They're cool. They're really cool.
I love the
it's
fact that this interview is happening with a huge glass of beer. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so jealous of that
Yeah.
beer. I'm here like, what?
I
I get
know.
myself any.
Well,
I'm not talking on the phone without beer.
there you go. I don't have anything else, Chris, Rena.
I don't. I really appreciate you talking with us today and being so open and honest about the band. The new the new record sounds great, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you.
Where can people find it if they want to buy it?
I think they can find it in any record shop.
Okay.
Really, yeah. If they don't, if it's not available, it's on Napalm Records. They have in America it's available, and in Europe it's available. So in any case, people can get it from Napalm Records.
Napalm has a small reach, just
a little bit.
just a tiny reach.
Just a tiny,
Yeah.
I am hoping that
like
in
just
the
around
next
Germany.
Yeah, I'm hoping
Yeah.
that in the next 6 months we're sitting in that fucking bar tossing back a beer.
Yeah, we've already cleaned our calendar.
Me too.
All of us. So, and we've made contact. So
And now we're all just waiting.
2 steps. So yeah, we're just waiting. Really, we're we're ready.
So
I'll be there.
the first round is on you though, all right?
Why not? Depending.
I'll buy a round. I'll buy a round.
Just
I'll go
to
and
be
get
there,
one of
I'll
those
buy a round.
buckets. I'll go get one of those buckets. How many people are in the band? 5? 4?
4 now, right?
Yes, yeah, 5 with the sound guy, so Tom.
Okay,
we're
so
5.
I need 2 buckets of beer. All right, I can make that happen.
And I'll hold your
Cool.
spot in that little bar next to the front desk there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right,
Anyway.
Probably come serving us gin tonics
yeah.
without asking, So
You guys literally, I think when you weren't on stage, you literally were there the whole time.
Yeah.
Every time I
can't
walked by, you
remember.
guys were sitting there.
yeah, I can't remember seeing any bands either. Actually, it's
I feel so fucking left out, guys.
Sorry,
so
sorry.
incredibly left
You
out.
have to go on the cruise, Rena. It's a mandatory
know.
thing.
I
Jenny,
know,
It
but
is,
now the
it's-
states went like they went all Gilead. I can't go there. Like they got rid of Trump, and somehow they made it worse.
over
Yeah.
here, yeah.
After, like,
Yeah, but
was
it's
that
not
even
America.
possible?
You just have to
But
go by
you know,
America.
don't really
you
want
know?
to.
America
true.
is a pass through.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's on international waters.
it is. So
True. But I suppose I would have to fly to America. And
Yeah, just to Miami, touchdown, get on the boat, and then it's all whatever.
yeah,
all right,
Join
all
us
right,
at the
we'll
bar
talk,
by
you
the
guys, we'll
lobby.
talk.
I don't know where it stops this year, or next year, but
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
anyone
haven't seen-
knows.
Yeah, they
No.
haven't made too much announcements. Thank you so much, my friend. It's great to see you again.
you too, man.
And I hope the next time
I
we
know
see you, it's
other
on
two as
board.
well.
All right.
Lovely
Yeah,
talking
well,
to you.
If all goes well, we'll see you guys on board.
Right on.
Awesome.
Cheers. We'll talk to you
Cheers.
soon. All right, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.